Well, hello everybody and welcome back. This video facing me, the front facing camera flips my image, so everything's all backwards. Sorry about that. In any case, today is a much nicer day weather-wise. We've got some sun, we've got a break in the clouds, which is really quite nice. It's lifts the spirits a little bit, as anybody can relate. So I'm going to try and use this window of opportunity to do a couple of things in the van, maybe puts the insulation in. I've got, I picked up this stuff, it's rock wool. I think I showed it in a previous video. So we're going to try and see if we can fit some of that in at some point today. But I'm going to take a moment just to have a chat with you and just kind of touch base on some things that many people might be hesitating on when it comes to van life. It's really not that scary, to be honest. I was very much interested in it a couple of years ago, actually. I started getting interested in it. I was seeing some videos and I saw how a lot of people did their vehicles. Some were very, very basic. Others were quite elaborate and very costly. I was trying to figure out myself what would be the best vehicle for me. I had a pickup truck, a Ram 1500 pickup truck at the time, which you'll see in my very first video there. It's the truck I traded in on the Ram ProMaster 3500 that I'm in now. Now, it's an expensive brand new van, of course, but I ordered it bare bones, but I made sure it had an RV package to it, which means that it had a heavy-duty suspension, so there is a greater capacity for payload, allowing me to build in the van, and it can manage that extra weight. It also has a larger alternator. I think it's a 220 amp alternator. So that will also help to accommodate connecting my house battery when I do eventually get it, and it can charge that on the go as well as its own battery in the vehicle itself. So that larger amp alternator is going to help accommodate all of that stuff, my needs. It's got an AC plug in the very back, so I can plug in and charge. I've got a Jackery battery back there that's next to my bed, so that helps charge my Jackery battery while I'm driving. And it's very handy, I'm glad I got it. And eventually when I do put my house battery in, that's the plug-in that the house charging will connect to. And then when I'm driving, my house battery will be charged by that. I ordered the van with nothing in it, and I didn't pay for any sort of an elaborate build because I just don't want to throw that kind of money into a build right off the bat when I really kind of don't know what I need to begin with or what I want. So I did what a lot of people and one particular person had suggested was just get into it. Just basic. Start basic and then figure it out along the way. What you need: a bed, absolutely. Need a bed to sleep on. I needed some form of storage for my personal items, my clothing, bathroom stuff, you know what I mean. Anything that I needed to keep out of sight or contained so that it doesn't roll around in the van when I'm moving. So I put my dresser. I had a bedroom dresser and a matching side table, and I threw them in. So my dresser is in here, and I secured it to the cargo D-rings, which were existing in the van, with some, it's called all-round. It's metal strapping. They use it in construction to hang ducting and pipes and such from ceilings and attach them to walls and whatnot. So it's stainless steel. You cut pieces off. It's got holes in it, so you can just put a screw through it. And what I did was looped it through the D-rings and then I screwed it into the furnishings. Am I worried about ruining my furnishings? No, not really. I'm not particular. I'm not anal about that. That can be fixed if I do decide to keep the materials that I have in here, my dresser and such. I can just putty it, or I can cover it with another sheet of wood or whatever, anything. I don't care. Wood putty will do it. I'm not particular. It doesn't affect the quality of my living in the van. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, dresser, matching side table, and I also had a desk that a friend of mine had given me. It's just an old wooden desk. It's got some drawers in it. That suits me fine because I'm using that for storage as well. It does have the section where it's just a thin drawer, and then it's got the open section where you would put a chair in if you needed to. That, I had plans for that, so what I'm going to do is elevate my beds to have space underneath it. So that's going to be eventually storage, or my garage or however you want to pronounce it. When I do put the bed up, I plan to maybe fit the desk in if it'll fit, so that the drawers are facing out to the living area, and that open part of the desk where this chair would fit in, I may put a door on that, and that will be perhaps my toilet bucket storage and my toiletries. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. First of all, I got to figure out if the desk fits in there. And if it does, then that's what we'll look at. So basic furnishings. If you have already, you're living in a sticks and bricks and you're thinking, maybe I'd like to get into van life, take a look around your home and see what you have already that you could use in your van life. Something that'll fit, something that's not super duper heavy depending on the vehicle that you have, size also. But what you have in your home, absolutely you can use it. Don't go spending a bunch of money on things that you think, oh, well, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, without looking what you already have. So do that. Take an inventory of what you already have in your possessions and what may work and what won't work, of course. Sell off what won't work, keep what does work. Even my bed, I kept parts of it, not the whole bed frame. And it was a double bed frame I bought from IKEA, I think. But there were certain parts of it. The foundation for the mattress and the sideboards and the front boards and the slats. That's what I kept. I didn't keep the headboard, decorations, or the legs. No use to me. Wouldn't fit in here anyway, and it's of no use to me. The plan I have is to make the bed float, so I wouldn't need the legs anyway. Things like that. Take your bed apart. If you have a bed, or even a fold-away cot, which is what I got temporarily, I went to Jysk. Jysk? J-Y-S-K. It's another store that's like IKEA. I don't know if they have it down in the States, but here in Canada, we have the chain. So I went there, I took a look around. They had a folding cot with a mattress that was maybe 3 inches thick, give or take, I don't know if it was memory foam or not. Anyway, it did the trick for a bit, but it became not so comfortable. So I got a memory foam topper to add to it, but still, the mattress itself was a little smaller than a regular twin. A friend of mine decided to offer me a single bed mattress, a twin mattress, which is 6 inches thick, and it's a spring mattress. So that fit on my existing cot frame perfectly. So I swapped her. I gave her the little mattress, she gave me the regular twin mattress. And that worked out perfect. So I have a regular twin mattress right now, twin bed. And it's done the job, and it's worked out nice. I do have a dog, which is Journey. She insists on sleeping on the bed, and I'm not going to say no to her. She's kind of the boss. So I allow her to sleep on the bed, and she wants to go under the covers too. When it gets a cold night, she wants under the covers, and that's okay. She can come. But I would ideally like a bigger bed so that I can accommodate that easier and not be all scrunched up, and make sure that she's comfy as well. And then we both have lots of room, and then Holly can also come up too. Holly's getting up in age, and I want her to be comfortable as much as possible. I don't know if this is going to be her last year or not, but I want her to be just as comfortable. And I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional about that because I love my dogs. In any case, so those are the plans. But going back to the van life thing, and some of you contemplating, I would love to get into it. I want to get into it. That's my goal. That's my desire. We've just started 2021. Do it. Do it. What have you got to lose? Just don't jump into it in a big elaborate build. You don't need to. You don't need to buy a big expensive vehicle. Find one that you can afford, what's in your budget. I was financially able to purchase a big van like a ProMaster. I looked at the low roof vans like the Ford Econoline and the Chevy Express and all that. I looked at those ones, but it's not practical for me. I'm in my mid-50s and I've got a really bad back. All that bending, my knees are shot. I tore the frick out of them when I was younger. And it's just not, the best choice for me. But that's not to say it's not the best choice for you. A low roof van may be just what you need, and it may be perfect for you. You younger people out there, you have many years to go, and you're probably healthy. Hopefully you are. And a low roof van may do it for you. A minivan even, like a little soccer mom van. Whatever works. A little SUV. Anything. Whatever you can afford. But don't go wasting your money because you think you need, or people out there tell you, no, you need this van, you need that. No, you don't. No, you don't. You only need what you can afford, and you only need what is going to work for you. So don't let yourself get talked into or out of the type of van that you purchase or vehicle. It doesn't have to be a van. But don't let yourself get talked into or out of things. Make your own decisions, but don't put yourself in a position where you will regret it financially. That's the biggest thing. Don't dig yourself into a hole. Again, like I say, I was in a financial position to be able to, I already had a pickup truck that was, maybe a couple of years old, and I used it to trade in on a brand new ProMaster. Because I already knew, and I'd done some research, and I knew what I wanted, I knew what I needed, and I was able to do that, and I was fortunate enough. Some of you may be able to do that, and that's okay. But don't feel that you have to. Only do what you are able to afford. And then furnish it with what you already have, if you have stuff, or take a look on Craigslist, or what your local community pages are where people are flogging stuff for cheap or free even. Like I've seen stuff on there's Facebook Marketplace in my local area. I've seen furniture that people are giving away for free, and they're desks and dressers, and I mean it works. If it's not super broken or damaged, who cares? It works. Scratches, who cares about the superficial stuff? As long as it's not totally trashed, you're good to go. But again, keep within your budget. You can also look at local thrift stores, garage sales even. But take a look around and you'll be surprised at what you see. Even driving around in the springtime, people are getting rid of stuff. It's spring cleaning. You might even see stuff on the side of the road. And don't be embarrassed to stop and say, hey, that looks good and it works and it fits. We're gone. We're done. Pick it up, take it, use it. And don't be embarrassed by that. Don't ever be embarrassed by the choices that you make. unless of course it's hurting somebody or whatever. But yeah, do what you need to do to survive, right? But don't let all this stuff play with your head, and don't let the fear of things either keep you back, because if you do, you'll never take that step. You'll never move forward. And this, like I have said before, this life that we have here is but a flash in the pan, and it's over in the blink of an eye. Sorry. And I've seen many people that I loved very dearly leave this planet. And they've never had a chance to live. Please don't let that be you. Do it. Do it now, before it's too late. Anyway, before I get too emotional on this, let's see what we can do for today. Because that sun is beating down and it's nice. All right. There's a sheet of it. It's 4 feet long. I'm cutting it down to 11, I think it's 2 feet wide. Almost 2 feet wide. But this is the thickness of it. 3.5. So it's quite thick. And it's quite fluffy. So I think this is going to be a real good bet. If you're thinking about insulating your van, this is a good bet. So yeah, on to the next piece. So there's one piece up in the panel. This stuff cuts real super easy with a frickin' bread knife. This is all I'm using, and it cuts like butter. And it doesn't really make much of a mess at all. So I'm really pleased with it. 3 inches thick. This is an R12, I think, R15. So it's going to add a fair amount of insulation, thermal insulation for me. And I'm super pumped about this. So there's one. Time for more. Do you approve? Is it Journey approved? What do you think? Is it Holly approved? Oh, it's Journey approved. Good job, Bubba. And bat number 2. Oh, the stuff fits snug. And it fluffs up perfect. So I'm really looking forward to this. Bat number 2 down. Enjoyed hanging out with us today, and seeing the projects of getting this van built out go along. albeit slowly, but it is getting done, which gives me a reason to stretch the content out as far as the van build itself goes. So maybe there is a little bit of an upside to my procrastination and my slow going. At least I can stretch it out a bit. The girls have had their supper. I don't know if you can see them. It's getting dark now. They've had their supper and they're getting ready for bed while I make an attempt at uploading this video. So again, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now.